whatever that tax rate is to the IRS on your behalf. Not fun, not games, but what the IRS is looking for is to close the tax gap. They want you to report what you earned, how you earned it, and they want to get paid. One way or another, the IRS wants their pound of flesh. So when you fill out the W-9 or you collect the W-9, you have to take a look at whether or not you're actually categorizing that person properly. Is their behavior independent? Is their evaluation independent? Are they financially paid on contract? So I hired a painter to paint my house. He was there for 3 weeks. He should have been there for 3 weeks, but I paid him a flat rate on the job. It didn't matter. He was not my employee. He was a professional. He had a contract. He had a specific task to accomplish, but I would not be responsible for his taxes. What I would be responsible for is taking this information, sending it into the IRS at the end of the year, and notifying them how much I paid him at the end of the year. Are there any questions? You have one.
Is that only if you paid him more than $600 that you have to do
You would have to report it to the IRS. You should still have this on file. There is a penalty for not having it on file. It's a lot lower. If you have it and you don't file, it's a minor penalty. So you paid me $10,000 and you have this on file, but you forgot to send me a 1099, penalty's like $50. If you didn't have this on file, then you got all sorts of compliance problems. So it's kind of weird the way the IRS does that, but it's, you always want to keep it if you think you're going to have an ongoing relationship. Yes, Dan?
To clarify, you're saying that if, for example, we're having work done to the house, if it's contracted work?
Technically, you're supposed to do this. Generally, if it's a personal, you don't have to.
Like,
if you were in here, technically, you have to. If you had somebody come in and paint your business, technically, you have to notify the IRS.
So I could get this.
But that was kind of what happened with the housekeepers. There's a thing now on your IRS form that says, do you have a housekeeper? Wait till they have your gardener, your plumber, and anybody else who comes in, because the IRS is truly trying to close the underground economy.
How about with that housekeeper example, if I understand you correctly, then I may pay them $10,000 over the course of the year for the housekeeping. As long as I got that information, I have it. If I don't file anything to the IRS, my only liability is possibly $50.
Well,
if they're truly an independent contractor because they bring their own supplies,
yes.
They determine how they clean,
yes.
And they set their hours when they come. You know.
Yes. Then technically, but that would be your protection. There would be to hire Ron, to have someone come in and clean your house, because then he's responsible for that employee's taxes.
But if I have someone that's been doing it for years, again, my only liability is $50.
And her taxes, technically, because you're supposed to pay her Social Security, half the Social Security.
No, she's not an employee.
No, nanny, housekeepers, I believe you do. If there's a little line on the back of your tax form for it.
Not an EIN?
Their employee identification number is what you're going to get off of here.
Okay, so
you don't need it. You don't need an EIN number for your nanny or for your housekeeper.
But I mean, if we do this and she had an EIN number, that we don't need her social.
No, you would report it under their EIN number.
Okay.
And technically, and what's happening now is the IRS wants you to report on everybody you do business with, even if they are a corporation, which is really going to drive companies crazy.
If the individual has an EIN number, that means that they're a business. So you would have to track that, because technically you have the EIN number for your business and you would be filing and paying.
As I said, if you hire Ron, who's hiring employees, then you're okay. What the problem's going to be is if you hire me, and I'm cleaning the house. So it's a little different, but again, the IRS will drive you crazy. Even reading this 27 times, they're really, really.
We use the W-9 at the bank.
Yeah.
Especially if, say, we have a joint account and we're recording interest earned through your social, and well, now you want to switch to mine, so I'm paying taxes.
Right.
So we switch the tax ID to me, then we have to fill out one of these.
Exactly.
On the person that is switching to.
Yes, but you're not going to be doing a miss, which is what most of us would be doing. We would be doing a miss miscellaneous, the interest laws are a little different. But they still, you still have to have the forms on file, and by the way, you're in trouble if the IRS bounces the tax ID number back and you don't get it fixed. So if somebody fills it out erroneously, you've got problems. You've got problems, baby. Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much.